Hello, boy.
Hello, boy.
Hello, boy. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunday Session. It's a beautiful day in Edmonton. Today we are making a dish that I made up that then fed to my brother, and then he requested it for his birthday. It's a steak, some rice, and a little sauce. We're using this beautiful ex-dairy sirloin. It's hung, it's got a nice colour. It's going to be cheesy and delicious, but we're going to cook it nice and delicately. So let's move on to the first thing. I just need to make some crispy garlic, right? So these are going to sit on top of our steak. Now, when you're making garlic chips, cut more garlic than you need because some of them are bound to burn. Some of them are going to be thicker than others. Some of them are going to be thinner than others. So I'm going to cut more than I need in hope that we don't fuck them all, right? So I've chopped 4. Got a pan on. Add some oil. I'm just going to go in with this garlic. Don't want it super hot. Want it to cook nice and gentle, right? Basically, the garlic's going to go nice and crispy, but there's going to be a point where the garlic goes crisp, and if we take it too far, it then becomes bitter. So we have to watch it. While that's happening, I'm going to make a really quick sauce. In here, I have 2 tablespoons of bog standard everyday caster sugar, right? Into there, we're going to go 2 tablespoons, 2.5 tablespoons of soy, a tablespoon of sesame oil, and then the juice of 1 lime. Give that a little swirl about. Salty, acidic, sweet, and then like toasty, nutty background. I love it when there's a nuttiness, nutty nut. Let's have a look at these garlic chips. Crispy, beautiful garlic that's going to sit on top of our cooked steak. Just going to set it to one side. Now don't get rid of this oil. I'm going to let this oil cool down and I'm going to use it to season my steak. So our garlic's out. Let that cool down. That's one of our garnishes. I bought a daikon. I peeled it, I cut it in half, and then I salted it for an hour. Once you salted the daikon, all of the juice is going to come out in the bottom of your bowl. Squeeze all of that juice out, set the daikon to one side. To make the pickle, 100 grams of sugar, 100 grams of rice wine vinegar, 100 grams of water, half a teaspoon of turmeric, bring it to the boil, pour it over your daikon, and you made fucking daikon pickle. It's as easy as that, yeah? Done. Daikon pickle. Now, let's talk about our steak. So this has got enough warmth in it, just so it can go back there. I've got this beautiful ex-dairy sirloin. This is a working cow, but I've gone for sirloin because I want to treat it nice and slow. I want to render all the fat out. And I feel like I cook ribeyes all the time, and this looked beautiful in the butcher, so I went ahead and bought a sirloin, right? Smelly, good age, good smelly, not bad smelly. And we're just going to grill this and take really good care of it. So I want to go with a little bit of this garlic oil that we've got just over the steak, just so that we know that the salt's going to stick, right? Good season. Make sure you season the fat too. And again, on the other side. 1, 2. The barbecue's at a 2 count, yeah? So, gonna take the steak and lay her down. I'm gonna continuously flip this steak because I wanna build, I want it to be beautiful and pink on the inside. So I'm gonna continuously flip it after we start to build like the bark on the outside. I don't want it to get all tense and tighten up straight away. I want it to like slowly get to where we need to get to. Behind the scenes, I've made some rice. If you don't know how to make rice, watch the 7-Up Busan video and I've taught you how to make the exact same rice that I'm making. The rice that I fucking eat all the time, Japanese rice. Soak it, boil it, steam it, done, right? Then, we've got our sauce that's going over our rice. We've got a pickle, we've got crispy garlic. Let's talk about some other garnish. We've got a beautiful spring onion. Actually gonna use the green side. And I'm just gonna slice this as thin as I can get it. That's pretty much it. Just waiting for the steak to cook. I quite like that there's some dishes that you just make that the star of the show gets looked after and then the rest of it's essentials. Pickles, make those a week in advance. Garlic crisps you can make while your steak's coming up to temperature. A little fucking dressing, you've all got that stuff in your house. We've all got sesame oil, we've all got soy, limes and sugar. Easy. Then all we've really got to focus on is cooking an absolutely fucking beautiful steak. Simple really, isn't it? Does he think he's getting that through that door? He's fucking mental. No, no way. A little smile at the end. I like that chair, that's my favourite chair in the house. Nice bowl of steaming rice. Perfectly formed. Boob-like almost. I'd say that was a C cup. Steak's got a nice bounce. I don't want to go too far on it. I'm going to let it rest. Now, any of the juices that escape from this steak, we're then going to add to the sauce that we're flavouring it all with. Denzel, don't even fucking dare. Good boy. Nice little medium rare number. Salty, moist, delicious. Dog's got his eye on it. No chance. Maybe give him a little... Hey, you're not getting any until after. After! Bark at me, bruv. That's what happens when your dad's a chef. You become an arrogant little prick. Right, so look, steak's rested for about 4 minutes. I had a cigarette. I'm going to add all of these juices to our little sauce. Nah, she alright. Beautiful medium rare. Give it a nice rest. What we're gonna do, we're gonna bang this steak on this plate. Right, steak and rice on the plate. Gonna add a few spoons of this soy, sugar and lime sauce that we've made. Anything that drips down through the steak is gonna be sucked up at the bottom of our rice. So on it goes. And then we're gonna move into garnish. We've got some spring onion that we're just gonna place down like a landing strip. Couple sprinkles of some black sesame. That's gonna give us like a bitterness, an earthy number. Then I'm gonna go with some toasted white sesame. Oh, look at that, wow. Like so. Crispy garlic over the top. Couple bits of pickled daikon on the side. And that, ladies and gentlemen, fucking steak and rice.
Yeah. And yeah.
Look, man. Beautiful, beautiful steak. All of the garnishy bits. Now, honestly, you're all looking at this now and you're like, fucking hell, I want to eat that. Do you know how easy this is? I've cooked a steak, I fried some garlic, I cut a spring onion, I made rice, I made a pickle. Like, food doesn't have to be fucking intimidating. This is just like understanding flavors. We've got deep, rich, like barnyardy steak, a sweet, salty sauce underneath, crispy garlic for texture, spring onions for freshness, pops of sesame seed, fucking rice done the way it's supposed to, and then acid. Right? It all makes sense. Everything has a reason for being on the plate. Now, I'm not one of those YouTube guys that's like, here's some A5 Wagyu. This has cost me $1,500 and I'm gonna cook this Wagyu. Fuck that Wagyu stuff. I mean, Wagyu's great, but let's make steaks that we can afford and make food that we can afford. I'm not here to fuck around with like curing stuff in butter because no, I'm just teaching you guys how to eat food in it and how to make food. The rice picks up all of this fucking good stuff. The steak's dressed and delicious. And then you offset your palate with a little pickle. This is just great, man. Like, all the flavors make sense. Good quality steak, crispy garlic, rice we can all make. The sauce you can put on anything. You can do this with a pork steak, you can do it with lamb, do it with whatever you want. But a little midweek one, you got some steak knocking about. Everything else hasn't really cost as much. Sauce is made by store cupboard ingredients. Rice we should all have. Pickles, I've got some vinegar and a fucking piece of vegetable. Steak dishes don't have to be intimidatingly expensive. Execute them correctly, get them right. For a steak dish, this doesn't feel heavy. It feels clean and delicious. Yes, but sit down. It's just one that I think that you should all do. I know I say that often, but I don't fuck about, innit?
Oh. This is good.
Just eat it.
This is fantastic.
Thank you.
What about you?
George is gonna have some.
Then one piece dinner? You don't want more help?
Steak, spring onions, sesame seeds, sauce, rice, pickle. All you fucking need, man. Enjoy. Got some more.
Your son is cook very good steak.
Yeah, man.
Chop House Films.
Can you say films?
Film.
Films.
Films.